Hey, what's up YouTube? Houston here. Look, if you're trying to boost up your credit score anywhere from 50 up to 100 points, alright, and you're trying to do it within the next 72 hours, I'm going to tell you how you can do that, but you need to understand what's going to take place, alright? So one of the fastest ways for you to do that, if you have the extra capital, and I'll tell you where to get the extra capital to do that, is paying down your revolving debt, okay? And the way that you want to do this is you want to pull your credit report, okay? And when you pull your credit report, look at your accounts and set them up, write them down from smallest to largest, okay? Once you set your accounts up from smallest to largest and pay those revolving debts down to 0, okay? Most of the time we tell you to pay it down to 10% because a lot of people say, oh, 30%. No, if you want to get a bigger boost in your credit score, you should pay it under 10%. But for your smaller revolving accounts, pay it down to 0 if you can. Now, like I said, I'm going to tell you where to get the money to help you pay that, even if you have challenging credit. That's the first way. The second way that you possibly be able to boost up your credit score is challenging the collections on your credit report. Now, for most people that want to see a boost real fast, they would use their Credit Karma. They'll log into their Credit Karma and they would challenge those negative accounts. Here's the thing about it you need to understand. When I talk about 72 hours of changing your credit report, this is what ends up happening. Hold on. You want to see what's going on? You want to say hi? Happy holidays? Okay, I'll put you down. There you go. Alright, so back to what I was saying, guys. With you challenging your collections through Credit Karma, those collections usually come off within 72 hours, which gives you a boost, okay? But you have to understand this with Credit Karma. Your credit score, yes, it will get up to from 50 to 100 point boost within 24 to 72 hours because of the challenges, right? But that's your Vantage score, okay? That does not reflect on your FICO score. So you got to keep that in mind. That will not reflect on your FICO score. Okay, so with the FICO score, it usually takes anywhere from 25 to 30 days to update. But with Vantage score, it can update immediately, like 24 to 72 hours, all right? So that will give you a boost. But the problem with the Vantage score is that most banks don't use Vantage score. They use your FICO score. Okay, 90% of the banks, they actually use your FICO score. Now, if you don't know how to get your real FICO score, you want to click the link in the description to get that. But that's one of the bigger things to make a big impact on your credit score, all right? Another thing you can help to boost up your credit score is removing inquiries. And one of the bigger things, this is one thing that I keep telling people, especially if you have multiple negative accounts. If you have charge-offs that's still showing a balance, if you pay that charge-off off to 0, FICO will not count that against you anymore, okay? So, not able to, say that you have a balance of $1,000 or more, okay? If it's $1,000 or less, I tell people to pay it off if they're able to. If it's a charge-off that's $1,000 or more, you don't have the means to pay that, then what you want to do, you want to request from the collection division of that account, you want to ask them for a 1099-C, cancellation of debt, okay? So that way you would take it on. So say it was a $10,000 charge-off and you don't have the means to pay it. You want to ask for a 1099-C and then you would write that off on your taxes. It's a cancellation of debt. All right, that's very important because a lot of people, they have charge-off, they don't have the means to pay it, but that's the best way to actually get it to stop reporting. Again, I tell people if you have a collections or a charge-off that's less than $1,000, you can see can you negotiate a pay for delete. The pay for delete is you pay it in full, not a percentage of it, but you pay the account in full and they delete it from your credit report. That way it'll show that like it never happened. Okay, that's what you want. Talking about adding new accounts, going back to when you have multiple negative accounts, I've told you guys, for every negative account you need to add at least 2 to 3 positive accounts to make up for that one negative account. And the way to do that, you can add rent payments, okay? You can add utility payments. You can add subscription payments. So you can use companies like Experian. Now Experian will report your rent payments. They do report your subscriptions, and they report your utilities. Now also, you may want to check out Grow Credit or Alto, which Jay-Z is an investor in. But these are companies that will take your utilities and your subscription, they will report it on your credit file. Again, although those accounts are not big accounts, because they're positive account, it'll make up for those negative accounts that you have showing. Okay, it'll help balance out the file. Now, another thing you can do is add authorized users to help get you a higher credit score or boost your credit. Now, here's the problem with authorized users that most people are not aware of. You do not want to add on a whole lot of authorized users. The maximum authorized users, I usually tell people, don't go over 3. If you could, I would probably do 2 at the max, all right? But 3 is pushing it. But I will not go over 3 with adding authorized users to boost up your credit score. Now, again, depends on the time of the month that authorized user posts is when it's going to actually reflect on your credit score. Now, all authorized users are not the same. Okay, especially say that you have a family member, they just got a $10,000 credit card, okay, and they add you on as an authorized user. That's not going to help your credit. Okay, the reason it's not going to help your credit because there's no history there. There's no payment history there, okay? Because there's no payment history there, there's nothing for it to pick up to help balance out that file. So that's the reason that you want to make sure. If you have questions about authorized users, we do have a list of authorized users. Click the link in the description to schedule a one-on-one consultation to talk about adding the correct authorized users. Removing inquiries will help boost up your credit score. All right, most people they've been, especially when they have challenging credit, they just keep on trying to apply for cards, or if they've been trying to shop for a mortgage or a car loan and stuff. Especially with a car loan, a lot of people rack up anywhere from 5 to 10 different inquiries, okay, and that really drops your credit score. So with your inquiries, what you need to do, you need to reach out to the credit bureaus, okay, reach out to their fraud division and let them know, look, I do not have a relationship with these companies that inquired about my credit. I did not give them permission to put this on my these inquiries on my credit file, and they will remove them. Sometimes they can do it with Experian. They can do it within 24 hours. Sometimes with TransUnion and Equifax, they may want you to send in your proof of identity in order for them to remove any type of inquiries, okay? Here's some other things that you should know. Adding more revolving accounts. Adding more revolving accounts. If you add more revolving accounts, if you use your debit card a lot, then you have the extra debit card app. Okay, and what it does, it takes your monthly transactions, and then at the end of the month, it will report to the credit bureau. It usually report to Experian and Equifax. Then you have Credit AI, no hard pull. Credit AI, if you have deposits going into your bank account, they will give you a $1,500 Visa credit card. Okay, so that's a trade line. OppFi is not in every state. OppFi, but they will, without doing a hard pull on your credit, they'll give you a $1,000 credit limit, and then after 6 months of good payment, they will double that. So those are some positive trade lines that you can add on that are revolving accounts that will help boost up your credit score. Now, like I was saying, in terms of paying down the debt, some of the places that you may want to check out in order to help you pay down the debt if you have challenging credit is Uprova. Uprova, they are a tribal lender. They will give you up to $5,000 without a hard pull on the personal credit. Also, you have IndyLand. IndyLand gives you up to $5,000 to help you, that you can borrow to help pay down some of that debt as well. Okay, especially if you have challenging credit. Now, you do have to have an active bank account. You do have to have an active phone number and an active email in terms of dealing with them as well. All right, think about in terms of getting things removed from the credit is the address. When you trying to challenge things on your credit file, one of the biggest things biggest mistakes that most people, they'll leave the old address from old accounts. Okay, so when you leave that old address, all the credit bureaus are going to do is just verify that that name and that address matches. They don't look at the account number and everything, and because they don't actually take those steps, then you may get back a verify when they actually did not even properly verify the account. All right, so this is Houston with Three-Way Funding. I just wanted to give you all an update moving forward into 2023 of how to possibly boost up your credit score from 50 to 100 points, like I said, within 72 hours using the Vantage score. But with your FICO score, it will take anywhere from 25 to 30 days. So if you have any questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, or removing items off of your personal credit, click the link in the description, schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.